Let's get into some headlines on citinewsroom.com. We have on citinewsroom.com, Ghana has become a risky investment destination. This is coming from the minority in parliament. We also have some top trending stories. Morocco's earthquake recovery to cost 12 billion US dollars. That's a lot of damage, man. Citi Business Olympics allows top-tier networking among corporate organizations. Papaye is, we had Ivy Ivayanka from Papaye on the set yesterday. Practice the democracy equality that you preach, Akufo-Addo to the UN General Assembly, and will no longer tolerate GRA's intimidation. Guta is warning. You should have heard Dr. Joseph Obey yesterday. He was livid.
They've been complaining for some time now, you know,
now.
the huge money they have to pay and all that. And according to them.
And there are certain regions of, Guta even more upset about GRA than anybody else because they said they are being treated so unfairly.
Exactly.
You know, so anyway.
Right, so still on Citi Newsroom, retain NPP to protect free SHS. Guess who is speaking? COP Alex Mensah, who is facing stiff competition for his primaries in Bekwai. And don't impede work of EC Judiciary. This is SKB Asante telling politicians. WTO Director General calls for ratification of fishery subsidies agreement. You know, when he was speaking, he said, I'm just looking around and I can see all the countries who have not ratified this, you know.
She even added Benin to it. Ghana.
Yeah, it's Ghana. You have not, because somebody said Ghana, I said Ghana.
Ghana.
You people, I was there.
Ghana, go
they haven't done it, And then 5 TI Ahmadiyya SHS students arrested for stabbing 12 Form 2 students. They haven't been following this story.
Yeah. I just seen the gory images yesterday. I was like, what? You know, and I think that, look, I don't mean to sound biased or, you know, whatever, but I think that some of these things, and maybe I stand to be corrected, but I don't think that in the times of the old system where the A-level system existed, these kinds of ridiculous behavior, you know, was happening. And I have a reason. If it didn't happen then, it buttresses the reason I'm thinking about. You see, back in the day, the first year student comes, your seniors are almost like, they're older than your big brothers at home.
Yeah.
Do you see the thing? So, and then also for the sixth formers, they were like parents in the school, looking after the small boys and girls who have come. So there was a structure of discipline. Right now, what's happening is that SHS1 and SHS3, it's like we are competitors and rivals, you know, and for me, it's part of the reason that's breeding this sort of thing.
David, I think that school authorities must know that whether you are in Form 1, Form 2, or Form 3, these are children.
Yes.
So we should not give them any kind of power because it's like giving a child fire, you know, and thinking they'll be responsible with that. No, there's a recipe for disaster. So we leave these guys, they feel that once I'm in Form 3, I'm a senior, I can do whatever I want to do. And there's also a reflection of our society, okay? Some of these children are coming from troubled areas. So they themselves are bitter children, they are disturbed and all that. They are angry within themselves. We don't have any proper counseling session in our schools anymore. You know, so the least thing, they are triggered and then they want to unleash all their worries and everything. And these are children. That's what I keep saying. Somebody's in Form 3, but it's probably 15, 16. What better sense do these people know, you know, to let them take care of other children and think that they'll be responsible? I mean, there are some of them who are responsible, but we must understand that these are still children, okay? And it means serious supervision. And we are recording too many of these things, and the fact that young people today are not afraid of anything. So you feel that you have an issue with a junior, okay? And the junior slaps you, and you feel within you that you have lost so much, so you need to redeem yourself, and so you will go.
And yours is to go the extra mile,
extra mile, to prove a certain point. That is the issue we have.
I mean, what goes through a mind? You see, and from what you're saying is what it is. They are children.
Yeah.
You don't even understand the gravity of what it means to take a knife to attack somebody.
Exactly. Where did they get the knives from?
And where do you get the knives from? That's a failure of the discipline of the school system.
You get it. And if we can have a group of people who think the same way and say that, oh, really? So a Form 2 attacked the senior, let's go.
Let's go.
This is their mindset. This is how. So one person could even say that, no, let's not do this. It is not right. Let's report. Or let it go. But they believe that, okay, we will not let them go to prep and we'll attack them. Where were school authorities? How come Form 3s can tell Form 2s, don't go out for prep? Really? On what authority?
Wow.
Anyway.
Wow. Jubilee House demo to proceed despite police injunction application. Now, this morning, the roads in front of the Jubilee House are very, very heavily guarded or policed. I think that when people want to go on demonstration, let them demonstrate. Constrain and restrict according to what the rules of engagement are. Constrain and restrict.
Yeah.
But let them demonstrate.
I get that, but David, I also think that is why you notify the police that come and give us some level of protection.
Yeah.
But if the police also thinks that this is way too dangerous, they also have a point. I mean.
Yeah, but the reason the police gave was okay. So one of the reasons that I heard was that we don't have enough personnel. You know, but if you don't have enough personnel, then on the morning of the said demonstration, suddenly the personnel have come out. Why don't these personnel rather be deployed to?
Well, I get it, but you know, we also know how demonstrations can go sometimes. Okay,
but
and my point
have the
is
ability to diffuse and to, you know, they are good at this.
I'm not against people demonstrating. My only challenge is where the demonstration is happening, and the fact that should anything go wrong,
it's true.
What does that mean? There's a set of government. Should anything? I mean, and you know how demonstrations can go.
Yeah.
You know, if anything should go wrong, there's a seat of government. Are we ready for any excesses?
Do you remember the? And let's just wrap up with this one. Do you remember the demonstration that happened some time ago, Occupy Ghana? And then they got in front of the Jubilee House, and then some ministers were upstairs in the Jubilee House making comments, and you know, I won't mention any names here, but you know, I mean, these things.
I mean, I've covered the demonstration. I think that was during the financial cleanup, you know, when people, I think the Gold Coast Security and other places. You remember the customers went for demonstrations and stuff like that, and they moved to the Jubilee House just to present a petition. You know. Charlie. Me, as for the Jubilee House area, I mean, people can demonstrate, but there are certain places that it's even scary.
Yeah. Anyway, well, you know what? Let's do some sports, okay? Sports is next. All right, on the sporting front this morning, we have 2024 Women's AFCON news and some UEFA Champions League news as well. Now, Ghana's Black Queens recorded a resounding 7-0 mauling of Rwanda in the first leg of the 2024 Women's African Cup of Nations qualifier at the Kigali Pele Stadium on Wednesday. Now, Black Queen's side dominated the game from the onset with a spirited performance in both halves as they brushed aside the She Amavubis in the first leg. Now, Doris Buedua, Evelyn Bedu, Princess Adubia, Alice Kusi, Anastasia Achia got the goals for the Black Queens. A return fixture is scheduled for the Accra Sports Stadium on Tuesday, September 26th, 2023. Now, I don't want to imagine that if you go away and you do 7-0, when you come home, what shall it be? I can't imagine. Anyway, We go to the UEFA Champions League now. Record champion league winners, Real Madrid, got their campaign off to a winning start via a 1-0 home victory over debutants Union Berlin from Germany. Now, Real Madrid were thwarted for almost the entire duration of the game, but their English midfielder Jude Bellingham struck late to hand them the win. Now, German champions Bayern Munich were involved in a drama-filled 4-3 win over Manchester United at the Allianz Arena. Now, Leroy Sané, Serge Gnabry, Harry Kane, and Matthias Tel scored for Bayern, while Rasmus Højlund and Casemiro scored what were consolations for Manchester United. Manchester United, their woes don't seem to go away. Arsenal marked their return to the competition with a 4-0 home win over PSV. Now, the Gunners scored in the 8th minute from Bukayo Saka, and they were up 3-0 by the 38th minute after Leandro Trossard and Gabriel Jesus added to the score. Captain Martin Odegaard made it 4 after 70 minutes to hand the Gunners a wonderful start to their group stage journey. In other results, there were victories for RB Salzburg and Napoli, while 3 other games ended in score draws. And so you have the details there on your screen. All right, and with that, we come to the end of sports for this morning.